Hello and welcome to the Mama Means Business podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan Bent, mom, mortgage broker, and legacy coach, on a mission to help you make, manage, multiply your money so that you can invest and create a legacy for your children. I'm going to sidebar that and just add to it that, your legacy is not only a financial legacy. It's truly broken down to who you become during your years of parenting and what you instill into your children. That is the legacy that I think matters the most, that carries the most weight, that creates the true legacy, not only for your children, but for their children and their children's children afterwards. So we're back here for another episode. This again is going to be a solo episode that I didn't plan for. However, as I said to you on the last episode, that we're just figuring this out, okay? We're just figuring this out. There's a lot of moving pieces, and we're just going to grow together as we build this Mama Means Business podcast. So thank you for coming back and listening to another episode. Today, I think I just need to vent, to decompress. There's been so much happening in my mind, but also in my world that has been causing this, I want to say, strain or resistance, pushback, so many different things that is leaving me feeling very unaccomplished, very unproductive, very overwhelmed in a nutshell. And I don't like it here. I honestly do not like it here. But, as a woman, as a mom, as a leader, as a business owner, I just got to keep going. And just figure out how to do it best as I move along. So today I want to talk about the power of a pivot. The power of a pivot. And so this is going to be really unscripted. I'm actually sitting in my car trying this one out, right? To see if it works. Using what I have to do what I have to do in the moment. And executing. Because I find that the more I plan or think I'm planning, organizing, researching, creating lists, prioritizing, then reorganizing again, then reprioritizing, I feel like nothing is getting done. And the ultimate goal is to execute. And so where I am right now in my headspace, in order to execute, I have to pivot. And so I'm doing this Bible study with a group of ladies online. We are going through a book called 40 Days Through the Bible. And a couple days ago, we were talking about, or the chapter was talking about, self-glory versus God's glory. And for those who are just chiming in, if you're not familiar with me, I am a Jesus girl. I love the Lord. He literally is my reasoning for being here today. I've been through some really, really low spaces, and I know it's because of him why I'm able to be here today. As confused and overwhelmed as I am, I still give him all the glory. And so in reading and talking about this chapter, self-glory versus God's glory, I know that I'm called. I know that there's an assignment on my life. I know that he has really positioned me to do a particular thing. But so often it's almost like I forget that. I forget that he is literally orchestrating everything that I'm supposed to be doing. And then I'm taking ownership of what I'm doing and trying to do it myself, which ultimately leads to the overwhelm, the confusion, the disorganization, all of that stuff. And so every so often, I really have to do a self-check. And with this podcast and stepping out into this world that I know nothing about, it's unfamiliar from this seat. I'm an avid podcast listener. I listen to several podcasts, both audibly and I watch on YouTube. But to be in this position, it's really unfamiliar territory. And so I feel all the anxiousness. I feel pressure. I'm putting myself under pressure to get it right. But what is right? Especially when you're just starting. So as I said, as we're talking through this chapter, and it's really come to me that this pressure, this space that I'm in is simply because I have taken ownership of this assignment as if it's my own. You may not understand. I hope I'm not rambling, but this is literally what was made clear to me. Because I'm trying to do this on my own, I'm trying to learn which platform I need to use. I'm trying to learn which recording system I should be using, what intro and outro music, and all of these little things that matter. They do matter. However, I've put too much weight on it, and I realize I've done that because of my own satisfaction, my own feeling of accomplishment. And in doing that, I'm missing the mark. And so I was really convicted, and I was really convicted, just like, Siobhan, you got to stop it. Like, you really got to stop it. Right? To be honest, he's given me this assignment a very long time ago. And I've literally been mulling it in my head for months upon months upon months. And this is why, like, if you follow me on Instagram, or I think it was earlier in the month, I just said, okay, done is better than perfect. Like, I have to do it. I have to get it done. Because my delaying of actually taking that step and doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing is only delaying the impact in which the assignment is supposed to fulfill. And so I literally had to repent and really make a pivot in my mind. And this is why I'm here solo. As I said to you last week, this is going to be the premise of the show is supposed to be an interview style show. And it is. I have several interviews lined up. I have recorded a few, but I'm really going to just move on the order of God. There's going to be times where it'll just be me. It'll just be me really just speaking from my heart and speaking from my spirit and sharing what is at the forefront in the moment. Because I know that when the Lord speaks to me, he's not only speaking to me for me. He's truly speaking to me to use me as a vessel to help someone else. And so if you're listening today, I just want to just reassure you that if you're in a space where, you may even feel stuck, you may feel confused, you may feel unsure about what your next move is, I want you to really think about why this is happening. Are you feeling stuck because there's things that you know that you're supposed to do that you haven't done? Are you feeling stuck because you know that there's things that you could do or can do, but may be fearful of what the outcome may be? Are you feeling stuck because you haven't done all that you can do in the space that you're at? Are you wanting more without doing what you're supposed to do in the space that you're at? I want you to do a self-reflection. I want you to do a real self-reflection. Dig deep and have a conversation with yourself. And if you pray to the Lord. He'll give you the clarity that you're looking for. He'll give you the answers that you have questions for. He will give you the direction on what you need to do and do first. We don't have to do it by ourselves. We really don't have to do it by ourselves. And that's really what I've taken away from this podcast journey that I'm only on episode 2 of, that I don't have to do it by myself. He gives you the assignment, but he will also give you the tools and the resources and the people that you need to help you execute. So shift, pivot from the self-satisfaction, the self-gratification, the self-fulfillment that you're looking for in the moment, and take action based on what God has actually asked you to do. When you shift that, like as I'm thinking, I'm speaking while I'm thinking while I'm speaking. When you shift that, it's like all of that weight literally just lifts off your shoulder. All of the fogginess from your sight just kind of dissipates and you can see clear. All of the stress and anxiety will ease itself. And you may still not know exactly what to do, but you will feel so much more better, so much more confident in taking that next step. And so let's see if I can wrap this up in 3 actionable items for you to do. So the first thing I want you to do is just to really identify where you're currently at. Like, what is the major challenge or the major issue that you're having right now? What is that one thing that is the pinnacle of your problem, your current problem? It could, there could be several things, but it's usually one thing that's rooted. One thing that is the start or the foundation of every other thing that is probably giving you an issue or causing you to feel where you're feeling, causing you to feel the strain or the distress that you may be feeling. The confusion, the uncertainty. Identify what is the root of the issue. What is the root of your obstacle? What is the root of your hurdle? But once you become aware of what that is, it makes it easier for you then to do an assessment and clarify, prioritize, eliminate, adjust. So get very clear on what that one thing, identify what the problem is. Once you've done that, then you'll move to the second thing. And then again, you're going to assess, okay, how can I eliminate this? How can I mediate this? How can I shut it down? Right? So you're going to have to decompress. You're going to have to eliminate some stuff. You're going to have to change the way you're doing certain things. Change the environment in which you're doing it. And then the third thing is create an action plan. Do things one at a time. I can speak to this. Oh my gosh, I can speak to this. Like, it's so crazy. I'm always trying to do everything at the same time. And if I can confess, I think it's because I think that it can be, but what happens is if I haven't mastered one thing, how can I excel in something else? So we're going to do one thing at a time. Organize it, list it out. What is the most urgent thing that needs to be taken care of? The urgent thing that needs to be addressed? And then build from there. So I think that my rant is over. I feel much better. I hope this rant helped you. Thank you for taking the time, taking your few minutes to listen to this podcast, The Power of the Pivot, shifting from self-glory to God's glory. If he's given you an assignment, if he's given you something to do it based on what you know he wants you to do and not for your own self-satisfaction. Yeah. That's it. No editing happening here. This is just, again, one of those random freeing moments where I'm sitting in my vehicle and sharing. So thank you again for joining the Mama Means Business podcast. We will be here every other week with a new episode that'll be either myself or with a guest. I'll leave that as a surprise. But be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss when we do launch another episode. If you check in the show notes, I also have a gift for you. I included a 2023 financial checklist that will help you to get your money in order, do a self-audit, and create a plan for the remainder of 2023. All right. That's it for the Mama Means Business Show, episode 2. My name is Siobhan Bent, your host, mom, mortgage broker, and legacy coach, on a mission to help you make, manage, and multiply your money so that you can invest in real estate and create a legacy for your children. Thanks and have a great day.